After Avengers Endgame, the superhero troupe from the Marvel Cinematic Universe defeated the fiercest and most powerful enemy. So it seems that they're now equal to everything that is still hiding in the depths of the universe. But what if they would face the counterpart from the DC Extended Universe, the Justice League? Okay, well, at the box office, you wouldn't even call it a fight. There, the team surrounding Superman was basically overrun by the MCU. Today, however, we'd rather focus on a real fight. To keep it fair, we're also of course limiting the Marvel heroes to just 6, namely Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, Captain Marvel, and Black Panther. DC's heroes are set with Batman, Superman, The Flash, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, and Cyborg. In this video, we have them face off against each other in epic battles, and you get to decide who would win the team matchup by the end. We refer to abilities and techniques that play a role in the movies and will leave the comics out of evaluation. We are confident that the video will provide you with plenty to talk about. The battles are as we subjectively imagined them. Depending on how you interpret something, there can certainly be 14,605 different endings. What better matchup to start with than the heads of the squad? Iron Man versus Batman, Tony Stark against Bruce Wayne, billionaire against billionaire, man in armor against Bat of the Night. The powers are quickly explained. Tony's abilities are all within his suit. In addition to various projectiles, he also has the energy burst from his hand and feet, of course. Batman is different. He gets his strength mainly from his muscle power, and he's a gifted one-on-one fighter. In the League of Shadows, he has also learned how to use targeted diversions in order to confuse his opponents and thus take advantage of the given terrain. Their flaws are pretty much the same. They are, after all, only human and just as vulnerable as anyone else. Though it can be said that Iron Man still has better protection thanks to his armor suit. Batman's advantage is that Tony has to fight him on the ground since he can't fly by himself. Even though he will initially be more clumsy dodging the projectile, sooner or later he will manage to force Iron Man into close combat. Conceivable would be that he uses his rope gun to pull the man in the armor towards him or to carry himself towards him. However, as the Bat will discover to his regret, Iron Man's armor is beyond flexible and the individual parts would simply renew themselves through nanotechnology in case of doubt. Despite Tony's arrogance, he likely wouldn't just end up taking Batman's life. Rather, he'd incapacitate him as soon as the opportunity arose. He would either imprison him in one of his suits, or he would lock him up in the same prison he developed for Hulk in the Age of Ultron. Or rather, the prison would transport itself to him. This would leave Batman out of the game and allow Iron Man to help his colleagues. When you think of brute muscle strength, there's one hero you can't help but think of, and that's the Hulk. After a failed experiment with gamma rays, Dr. Bruce Banner develops an alter ego, the Hulk. He finds it difficult to control him, particularly when he gets into stressful situations. Luckily, in this fight he will not need to do that, as he will need all his strength. After all, the battle is set against Aquaman. The king of Atlantis can unleash all his power, especially in the sea. There he cannot only use Poseidon's trident, but he also swims faster than an airplane and has the ability to command aquatic animals. So it's pure destructive power against the might over natural forces. Aquaman is smart enough not to look for a fight on land, but luckily he doesn't have to do so. Provoking the green monster is quite enough to make it chase him. In fact, the biggest weakness of the Hulk is that in a fight he utterly loses control and stops thinking. Once near the water or in the sea, it'll be easy to defeat Banner. He can just keep him underwater until he loses consciousness. It's a fight even the Hulk can't win. His only hope may be to drag out the fight until someone of his fellow fighters has the upper hand to rush to his aid. In the one-on-one, he'll definitely draw the short straw so that Aquaman will quickly be able to join in another fight. In the third fight, we come to the Battle of the Gods. Thor, the god of thunder, against Wonder Woman, the demigoddess and daughter of Hippolyta and Zeus. Regarding the powers, Thor cannot only make lightning rain from the sky thanks to Mjolnir, he has also the ability to fly. He is superhumanly strong, and as we saw in Infinity War, even the energy of a dying star can't kill him, but at least it can knock him out. With Stormbreaker, he's got a weapon that can seemingly cut through anything and can even take down Thanos. If you aim for the head, that is. Even if he seems invincible, he can be knocked unconscious in close combat, as we've seen many times in the movies. As previously mentioned, Diana Prince, alias Wonder Woman, is a demigoddess. She is superhumanly fast and powerful, and with a lasso of truth, she can hold opponents and draw any secret out of them. With it, she can even create hallucinations. She can also use her bracelets to unleash energy blasts that brings down enemies. In addition, she owns an eagle shield, which is difficult to cut through, even for Thor. And the Sword of Athena, which can even wound Superman. As a demigoddess, she's tough, but not invulnerable. It surely doesn't matter where the battle will be fought, as it will be fierce and close one. The weapons are both equally strong, so it will come down to who will bring the greater fighting skill to the battle. This is where we see Thor clearly ahead due to his experience, even though his cockiness may stand in his way. However, as soon as Wonder Woman lands her first critical hits against him, he'll start to take the fight seriously. Even if her armor is not pierced, Mjolnir's blows and the lightning striking down on her will sooner or later bring her down. Who knows? Perhaps even in time for him to rush to Hulk's aid. The beginning of the second half is made by Captain America against the half-robot Cyborg, who was created from a mother box. The abilities are clear. Captain America is not only very strong, but also enduring, fast, and incredibly tough. Cyborg, on the other hand, has all sorts of weapons and can hack into any software. The advantage in this fight will clearly be that Steve Rogers doesn't need to rely on any technical devices. All he needs are his muscles and his shield. Even if Cyborg fires all weapons at him, he can deflect them easily with his vibranium shield. Once he gets close enough to the half-machine, the latter won't stand a chance and Captain America will take him apart by any means necessary. This might be one of the shortest fights in this matchup, and the winner will no doubt be Captain America. He'll also be needed at one front or the other for sure. As the penultimate combat, we present Black Panther against the Flash. As in the previous one, the powers are clearly distributed. The King of Wakanda relies mainly on his physical abilities and his vibranium-modified suit, while the Flash, well, he's the fastest superhero there is, and it's exactly his strength that will tip the scales here. With mere muscle power, the Flash is no match for anybody. Probably the only person who can keep up with his speed is Captain Marvel, so Black Panther can try to fight back as much as he wants. Sooner or later, the Flash will beat him with his speed. We, for our part, predict it to happen sooner than later. That's also important since things aren't going very well for the DC heroes in the other fights, and so he might be able to turn the tables. The biggest fight comes, of course, at the end. If you look at the MCU, there are probably only two characters who can come close to taking on the Son of Krypton, the Man of Steel, namely Thor and Captain Marvel. However, since the God of Thunder is already embroiled in battle with another goddess, Carol Danvers will have to take over this round. Danvers got her powers directly from the Tesseract. In an explosion, her DNA fuses with that of the stone, thus not only can she fly at the speed of light, but she has extra stamina, superhuman strength, and it seems hard to even scratch her. Her only vulnerability that we can determine up to this point is probably that she has no protection against magic. Moving on to Superman, the Man of Steel draws his power directly from our sun. There seems to be no limit to what he can do. He's very fast and can fire a heat ray from his eyes. He also has superhuman sense of hearing and can detect the smallest of things. The latter two, however, should not be of much importance in this fictional battle. His only weakness, but a serious one, is the mineral from his home planet, the kryptonite. This not only makes him vulnerable, but can also kill him, as we saw in Batman vs. Superman. It is imaginable that both would move their fight into space, as it would probably take a toll on the Earth as we know it. Danvers' only chance to gain the upper hand is to lure Superman away from the sun to the point where his powers are dwindling away. Having the speed advantage, she should use it before going into close combat. The heat ray and her energy ray should neutralize each other in terms of power. Since she fires a superpower from her hands, she can use it more effectively. If she can get Superman to chase her until he's far enough away from the sun, she should go into a one-on-one. Mr. Kent will still be very strong, so it'll be most likely be a tough fight, but it will be one in which Danvers comes out on top. Without kryptonite, she's unlikely to be able to take him out, but she'll be capable of knocking him unconscious to rejoin the matchup on Earth. As we know from the movie, Superman tends to react emotionally at times, so if she provokes him enough, he will surely pursue her and fall into the trap. In summary, it stands 4-2 in favor of the heroes from the MCU. The only question is, what will they do against the Flash's speed, or whether it is enough to turn the fight around? We don't think so, and with the arrival of Captain Marvel at the latest, he'll be forced to give up and the heroes around Iron Man and Captain America will win. In the end, they are more powerful and have the more effective abilities. But now, it's your turn. How much did you like the matchup? Do you agree with us on the fights, or do we overestimate the power of the individual heroes at one point or another? Let us know your answer in the comments. Of course, we also hope you enjoyed our video. Give us a thumbs up if you did. See you next time.